here she comes, the highway woman. She comes with music for your soul, and then moves along. She moves along.
This is Bridget London. If you're just joining us, you're listening to the Highwaywoman Radio Show. And right now, I'm just thrilled to have one of my favorite songwriters and dear friend of mine on the show with the brand new album he's got out, Mr. Noel McKaye from Austin, Texas. Hey, Noel, how you doing?
Hey, Bridget, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing just fine. We just saw each other the other day. I was blessed to have you come in and do some recording on my new project. I'm so excited about that. Thank you guys for doing that, you and Miss Brennen Leigh. So
that was a lot of fun. We were very happy to do that.
It sure was. Now, you guys have got a lot going on, and you have this brand new solo album, Sketches of South Central Texas, and we're going to feature tracks from that on the show today and talk about this album. Now, this is the first solo album you've had out in a while, huh, Noel?
It's the first solo album that I've had out ever.
I was going to ask you about that since the McKaye brothers. You know, you released some records with your brother.
Everything that I've ever recorded prior to this was something that was a collaboration with my brother in one or another incarnation. So this is the first thing I've ever done that just has my name on it.
That's exciting. So tell me a little bit about recording this. Where did you record it, Noel? We
recorded this stuff at home. We got a hold of some equipment that is, quality music recording equipment, and set the stuff up in the kitchen. And just sat around and worked songs up until we felt like they sounded right. Yeah, that was the recording process. Brennen Leigh recorded it with me, performed with me, and engineered the record.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, who else is on this record, Noel, or is it all acoustic based?
It's all just acoustic guitars. Brennen and me playing acoustic guitars and singing harmonies. And these are songs that I've written, some more recently, some quite a long time ago. Some songs that I've written with a couple of other people as well.
Well, cool. How about let's feature Change the Oil. Tell me a little bit about this track.
Well, this is a song that I wrote with my friend Shawn Camp. Anybody who's familiar with Shawn Camp knows that he's quite a brilliant songwriter and musician as well. And he's written some very successful songs. This is basically a song about sort of car trouble. If you grow up and, without a whole lot of money in your family, you learn how to work on cars because that's what's going to keep you going down the road. And so when I had a car that I didn't really maybe take as good care of as I should have kind of blow up on me, my dad said, well, if you want to go someplace, you're going to have to fix it yourself. And he said that I could use his tools, and he lent me a repair manual. And so that's where I began to learn how to work on cars. And it's basically just a song about that. Change the oil. She'll run forever if you change the oil. That's the hook.
All right. Here is Noel McKaye. His brand new album's called Sketches of South Central Texas. Here's the song, Change the Oil.
Side of the road, flat on my back, crawling underneath it on a paper sack. In my mind, my daddy's words ring true. Change the oil, she'll run forever if you change the oil. Now I'm rolling in the dirt and feeling like a doggone fool.
And that was Change the Oil from my special guest this week, Mr. Noel McKaye, from his brand new record, a song he wrote with Shawn Camp. Now, Shawn produced that wonderful Guy Clark tribute album that was
That's right.
out. Fantastic.
He produced that with Tamara Saviano, and yeah, that's a great record. That's really, really something cool.
Now, speaking of Guy Clark, you have done some writing with Guy Clark.
That's right. I've known Guy for quite a while. He and I have written, I guess, 4 songs together, and one of them's on this record, Sketches of South Central Texas. Guy has also recorded a song we wrote together for his record that's going to be released in July. July 26th is the release date I just saw this morning. And so I put it on this record, and then I found out Guy's putting it on his record. The song's called El Coyote. Yeah, Guy pitched the song to me over the telephone, and then I got to his house and he handed me a set of lyrics, no pressure.
Right.
And so he handed me just a kind of like some lyrics that he jotted down on a piece of paper. And Brennen was with me on that trip to Nashville when we went to Guy's house. And then she flew off to someplace, to Alaska or someplace, and played a gig with the Carper family, I believe. And I just had a long car drive by myself back to Austin, Texas with nothing to do but just make sure that I got this song worked on. And so I just kind of started working up this song El Coyote and thinking about it and using some of the lyrics that Guy had given me and brought it back to Guy. I was very nervous about what he was going to think about it, because I look up to Guy a great deal. He listened to it and he said, "Good work." And I just, that was an incredible moment for me. But then he started to kind of not exactly pick the song apart, but it started to say, well, let's change this and this and this and this. And so I had that to drive home and work on again. So this happened over the course of about, I don't know, maybe a year. Guy and I edited this song. I'd fix it and bring it back to him. And
I love it.
Want to change it some more. And so the only way that I knew that he was happy with this is he decided to record it for his record. So I thought, well, I guess it's finished.
That is amazing, Noel, and I'm very, very proud and excited for you. And I'd love to feature that on the show right now, that song. Can we do that?
Sure, absolutely. And a warning for our bilingual listeners, this song has got a bad word in Spanish in it.
All right. I think we can get by with it here on the show. We'll see. El Coyote from Noel McKay's brand new record, Sketches of South Central Texas.
It's from there to Acuna, to Del Rio, Texas, Uvalde, up through San Antonio. With the pesos I saved up for years, and I'll trade for the chance to send dollars back home. Coyote, coyote, ¿qué hiciste, cabrón? Coyote, what have you done? You took all my money and left me to die in the heat of the South Texas sun. Coyote, ¿qué hiciste, cabrón?
And we're back here on the Highwaywoman Radio Show with my wonderful friend and incredible singer-songwriter, Mr. Noel McKay. That was the song El Coyote, a song he wrote with Guy Clark. Man, just saying those words, just as cool in my book, Noel,
Good.
So,
Good.
So let's give folks some background on you, if just in the event that they may not be familiar. Now, you started out with your brother Holland as the McKay Brothers, and you guys toured Texas and released records for many years.
That's right. That's right. Well, my brother and I played together, really consistently for about 20 years, and we had a band called the Laughing Dogs in Austin for the first about 10 years of us playing together. Then we decided to, we were already doing kind of serious country stuff, and we decided to just do the McKay Brothers thing, and that took off immediately. And so the McKay Brothers thing went on for about 10 years, and we toured all over Texas, but we toured the United States some, and went to Europe as well, and we released a couple of records that I'm very proud of. The first of them, Gerf Morlich's produced for us in 2004. And then the second one, Lloyd Maines produced for us in 2006. And the first one was self-titled, and the second one was called Cold Beer and Hot Tamales.
Now, who would you say do you think was some of your biggest influences, Noel, for your own music and your own writing and style vocally as well?
Well, Guy Clark has influenced me a great deal. Before Guy became an influence, Lyle Lovett influenced me a lot. There are lots of songwriters that are not even necessarily in the country or Texas music vein that have influenced me. And, one of them is for example, Suzanne Vega is a great songwriter and lyricist. I was just thinking about one of her songs from her first record this morning. In terms of vocally, nobody is a better singer maybe in history than George Jones, and that's George Jones's singing style has influenced me. Not that I can even remotely sound like George Jones in any way, but I've certainly tried.
And we love George, and his music will live forever, ain't that right? So.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So,
a legend before we even lost him.
It's true. It's true. And it just is a good reminder for us to show our love and appreciation for those while they're still here,
That is true.
And I think that's important, and it's just, it's wonderful to see all the great things that are happening with your music, Noel. You know how much I love your music, and I love the idea now that you've got your first solo album out, and I want to play another song from it. Why don't you pick one for us to play and tell me a little bit about it? How's that?
All right. The next one, it's a song called Black Eye, and it's basically just sort of a song about growing up in a rural area, and there's really not a lot to do when you're an adolescent in a rural area, especially after you get a driver's license. You have a tendency to maybe sort of get into some trouble. And so this is a song about just, I went to high school in Bandera, Texas, and there was every year, lots of people kind of descend on the area from other parts of the country and the state and the world to hunt. And so there's Hunters Weekend. The influx of all these new people can kind of have a tendency to get some of the young people, especially the wilder ones, into some trouble. And here's a song about that. The song is called Black Eye, and it's about some kids sneaking into a bar when they were too young to, and one of them getting in a fight.
Is this a true story about you, Noel?
It is. I have to say it's kind of an amalgamation of some other stories
Gotcha.
That I witnessed, and that's what I got to say about it.
Right. All right, here's Black Eye, Noel McKay.
Randall's so nervous you'd have thought that we'd get busted. Oh, but we got past the door, girl with ease. The black eye that he wore was his bright badge of honor, but it wasn't all black, I would say. It was green as a dollar, blue as a collar, purple as a violet bouquet. Well, there is one thing that...
And that was Black Eye from our guest on the Highwaywoman Radio Show, Noel McKay. His new album is called Sketches of South Central Texas. And you can get this album where, Noel?
You can find it on my website, which is noelmckay.com, and there's a link. You can download it, or you can order an actual physical copy that will get mailed to you. You can come to a Noel McKay show or a Brennen Leigh and Noel McKay show and get a copy of the record there.
And speaking of that, let's talk a little bit about your, you have a life and music partner in Miss Brennen Leigh. And how long have you guys been playing music together now, Noel?
Well, about 4 years now we've been playing music together. I guess the first time we sang together was on Lake Austin at Ski Shores, and that would have been about 2003. But really, just consistently, we've been playing music together about 4 years now and writing songs and just... we're kind of in a constant state of songwriting. And
very cool, very cool. Well, we love Brennen Leigh, and she's a fantastic singer, songwriter, guitar player, mandolin player, and you two have made a new album together, so you're going to have 2 albums out this year, Noel. That's pretty cool.
That is cool. I'm very happy about that.
And this is a much anticipated album. This is going to be called Before the World Was Made. Now, when is the release date for your album, duet album with Brennen?
Well, we're going to be releasing it in Europe in July of 2013. And then stateside, the release is going to be in September and October.
Okay.
So we're very much looking forward to that.
Great. Well, can we feature a track from that? We get a little preview?
Sure, this is the song preview track from the record. This is called Let's Go to Lubbock on Vacation.
You talk and talk about how Lubbock's not the place to be. The way that you describe it doesn't sound so bad to me.
You say you wanna take me to a place that has mystique, but I think Greece or Paris or the Bay at Martinique are places we might go in situations where Cupid maybe needs a little shove. So let's go to Liverpool vacation, then we'll know we're really in love.
And that was Noel McKay along with Miss Brennen Leigh, a song from the upcoming album Before the World Was Made, a duet album they're going to have released in the fall, but you can pre-order it now and download that track. Isn't that right, Noel?
That's absolutely right. Thank you, Bridget.
Yeah. So now what have you guys got going on? Tell me about your summer. Where are you going to be traveling? Are you sticking around Texas?
Well, we are going to be here in Texas playing our regular shows, but we're also going to be heading off to the United Kingdom and playing a bunch of shows in England and Scotland in July. So we're very excited about that. We've been to Norway and France and lots of other places, but I have yet to go to the United Kingdom. And so it ought to be something really cool.
Well, we can't wait to see pictures from that. And of course, we do have listeners over there, so we want to tell them to make sure to be on the lookout for Noel McKay and Brennen Leigh coming to their part of the world. And then also when you're in Texas, you're playing very regularly, either solo shows or shows with Brennen.
Yeah, we play every Monday at the Rattle Inn right now, and we've got some Green Hall stuff coming up, shows at Austin's legendary White Horse, all over the place.
All right. We want to tell folks that they can check your schedule on noelmckay.com, and it's brennenleigh.net, correct?
That's correct. And then, to further confuse everyone, it's Brennen Leigh and NoelMCKAY.com.
Oh, yay. Okay, great. So there's a website for both of you as well. So, you can be found one way or the other. That sounds like a plan to me. Now, I want to get back talking a little bit more about this solo record. What does it feel like to you've always been in these partnerships. I love your partnerships, too. I love the McKay brothers, and we used to do some shows together back in the day even. And
that's right.
And I love you and Brennen together. I think it's just absolute magic. But it's pretty cool to have the solo project out. And what was that experience like for you? Does it feel kind of cathartic to be doing it on your own a little bit?
Very much so. It's very cool to just, put your own thing out there. It's a little bit, I don't know, maybe sort of daunting to, stick your own thing out there and just be the only one that's responsible for it. But it's also, I think, anybody who's a songwriter, I think that's sort of necessary to, just do your own thing and have, be responsible for it yourself. And so that's something that I've been wanting and needing to do for a long time, and very happy to put out a record.
Well, very cool. I think we should go out with one more from your solo record, Noel. Let's see. How about we go out with Ghost on the Coast? Do you want to talk a little bit about it?
Sure. This is just sort of a song about somebody who needs to kind of get away from things and the life that they have going on and do some reflection. And that's basically the gist of it.
We'll let the song speak for itself. Thank you so much for being on the show, Noel. Excited about your new record here and also your record with Brennen. So thank you so much for being here.
Thanks very much for having me on the show.
And I can't pretend I don't miss you as I stare alone at the stars. But I can't pretend that I'll just come back again, back to the way things are. I feel like a ghost. I need some time on the coast.
Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Bridget London, and this has been the Highwaywoman Radio Show.
Now there she goes, the highway woman. brought music to your soul and moves along. She moves along.